Thank you, Madam Speaker. Following the tragedies in James Smith Cree Nation and Weldon, leaders such as Chief Wally Burns of James Smith Cree Nation, Prince Albert Grand Council Chief Brian Hardlott, Saskatoon Tribal Council Chief Mark Arcand, and Professor Niigaan Sinclair, and many other relatives and community members have called for support, including increased resources and autonomy to ensure that all members of the James Smith Cree Nation are provided with the kinds of supports that they are requesting and they need. Community member and brother of one of the murder victims, Wally Burns, urged his community to come together while simultaneously challenging the rest of us to address the roots of the unthinkable violence. He pointed out that the long history of intergenerational trauma, just spoken about also by our colleague, Senator Francis, stemming from residential schools, was at the root of the tragedy. While calling for examination of how the situation evolved to the point of such horrific violence, let us be clear. Their community, has prioritized the provision of support for all to heal. Niigaan Sinclair reminded us of the reality that virtually all Indigenous families are touched by both victimization and criminalization. He linked the horrific tragedies in James Smith Cree Nation to the ongoing travesties of colonial violence, perpetrated in residential schools and perpetuated by child welfare and criminal legal systems. Tribal Chief Arcand's sister and nephew were among the victims. He urged me to please share with you the need to first and foremost focus on supporting families through the trauma they are experiencing as a direct impact of what they saw and continue to relive as a result of the murders. He hopes they can be supported to heal, which could in turn lead to a better quality of life for them and their community in the future. In this moment and in the aftermath of these tragedies, it is imperative that we listen to the calls for healing processes as well as resources to ensure support with the work to develop services in Indigenous communities. These must include housing, education, economic and health services, of course, including mental health and addiction treatment programs. Let us support the James Smith Cree Nation survivors and all Indigenous communities by addressing inequities and through rehabilitation work rather than reactions that exacerbate inequality and injustices and result in more victimization and criminalization. Chi miigwech, merci. Thank you.